So as you might have seen, the new box has been leaked. So I haven't seen what the cards are, but so I'm going to review and react to the box live in this video. If you enjoyed the video and if you enjoy the content like this, I would suggest you subscribe so you don't miss other videos that I'll be posting out, and you help the channel out by subscribing. And without any further ado, let's hop into the video. So this is the first card we have. It's number 15 Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder. Interesting name. It is an Xyz monster. It's rank 8 Xyz monster. You have to have, it's generic, so you need only so you need 2 level 8 monsters, and is up to twice per turn during your main phase 1. You can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls, destroy it, then if it was an Xyz monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. Great thing, as you can notice, is that it's up to twice per turn, so you can potentially destroy 2 monsters if it's not interrupted. But do notice that it can be interrupted, like you can literally just book of Moon it, and yeah, you basically deal with it. I haven't seen the rest of the cards, but maybe if there are some level 8 monsters that are easily special summoned, it could be good. Okay, so the next card we have is another Gimmick Puppet, and it's Gimmick Puppet Terror Baby. Another interesting name, that's for sure. When this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 Gimmick Puppet monster in your graveyard, except Gimmick Puppet Terror Baby, special summon it in defense position. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your Gimmick Puppet monster effects this turn. You can just special summon 1 of your level 8 gimmicks from the graveyard, and you can go into your Xyz. Okay, so the next thing we have is number 9, Dyson Sphere. So it's 2 level 9 monsters. Okay, once per battle step, during your opponent's turn, if this card with Xyz material is attacked, negate the attack. When this card is targeted for an attack while it has no Xyz materials, you can target 2 monsters in your graveyard, attach those targets to this card as Xyz materials. During your main phase 1, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. This card can attack your opponent directly this turn. Your opponent must control a monster with higher attack than this card for you to activate and to resolve this effect. So first of all, to disclaim, it's 2 level 9 monsters, which is not easy to make. I don't see that many level 9 monsters that can make it. Of course, you can make it with some strategies, but yeah, it seems like it's not easy to make. That's a first thing to notice. Also, it does seem like it can be a great way to stop attacks, but you can just book it once and yeah, as you might see from what the tier list is and the meta is, there are not many monsters that just have 2000 more than this. Like Blue Eyes got out of the meta, so yeah, most monsters are actually very close to that range and maybe even less than that. Okay, the next card we have is Starliege Dynamo or Dynamo, whatever. It's a card we already have from the selection box. Okay, Elemental Hero Grand Neos. That's an interesting thing to see. So yeah, must be first special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. Return the target to the hand. Okay. During the end phase, shuffle this card into the extra deck. So it's basically it's basically harpies slash lady, whatever. Harpy slash girl. But it's not a quick effect. You can just floodgate it or book it or whatever. So yeah, I think this is going to be a meme card, but it definitely has potential. So yeah, we will have to wait and see for that. Okay, so the next card we have on our list is Injector Dragonfly. Once per turn, you can equip one Injector monster from your hand or graveyard to this card. Okay, if an equipped card or cards is sent to your graveyard while equipped to this card, you can special summon one Injector monster from your deck, except Injector Dragonfly. While this card is equipped to a monster, that monster's level is increased by 3. I'm not sure if it's going to make Injectors top tier or good at all, but yeah, it seems decent. Again, I can't comment that much as I'm not familiar that much with Injectors. But yeah, it seems like a decent card. Vampire Duke. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one dark vampire monster in your graveyard, special summon the target in face up defense position. When this card is special summoned, you can declare one card type, monster, spell, or trap. Your opponent sends one card of that type from their deck to the graveyard. Okay, you can only use this effect of Vampire Duke once per turn. This card cannot be used as an Xyz material for an Xyz summon, except for a dark monster. I'm not very familiar with vampires, but this seems like it goes very well into their plays and into their archetype. Smashing Ground. Destroy the one face-up monster your opponent controls that has the highest defense. Your choice if tied. So this is basically the similar thing to what we have already. There are tons of similar cards to this. This is just to put in something into the box so it looks better than it is. Okay, so the last ultra rare we have is a Jelly Cannon. When a monster declares an attack, target one monster on the field, shuffle it into the deck. Okay, so this is an interesting card. Especially, I think it's a fun card. I think it goes very well with Deep Prison, Wall of D, and Drowning, and I can see this being played. I'm not sure. It's a specific card. It's specific to the situation. So I don't think it's just going to straight up go into top tier decks. But yeah, it can be seen. I could see it in some trap deck like Shiranui or yeah. Okay. So this is our first super rare. Gimmick Puppet Gigantes doll. It requires 2 level 4 Gimmick Puppet monsters. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls, gain control of them until the end phase. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except Gimmick Puppet monsters, nor attack except with Xyz monsters. You can tribute this card. All monsters you currently control become level 8 until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect once per turn. So this seems kinda broken, not gonna lie. Like we have a level 4 Gimmick Puppet that special summons from the graveyard. And then you can just normal summon one Gimmick Puppet. And if he doesn't have a bouncer or any back row, you can literally gain control of an opponent's monsters. and use them for an Xyz even, or if they are already Xyz monsters, you can just attack with them and yeah, basically finish him off. I'm interested in seeing how this is going to be played. I would love to see some fun deck that abuses this, and yeah. Okay, so the next card is Gimmick Puppet Dreary Doll, or what? Okay. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one other Gimmick Puppet monster from your graveyard. Special summon this card from your graveyard. Okay. You can only use this effect once per turn. This card cannot be used for an Xyz summon except for a Gimmick Puppet. Okay, so this seems like a generic Gimmick Puppet monster that you can easily special summon. It doesn't seem too broken, but yeah, it's a decent Gimmick Puppet card. Okay, the next one is Gimmick Puppet Biski Doll. You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding one Gimmick Puppet monster. You can banish graveyard. Your opponent cannot target Gimmick roll with card effects this turn. So it seems interesting, especially that you can discard one Gimmick Puppet monster, so you can special summon it with your other Gimmick Puppet monsters. So yeah, comboed with other Gimmick Puppets, this looks very good, and I'm starting to get interested into the deck. Before the review, I wasn't really interested in the deck. They seemed kinda, I don't know, not fun at all. But seeing these monsters and the Xyzes, it's starting to look much more interesting and much more fun. Okay, the next card we have is number 22, Zombiestein. Interesting. It requires 2 level 8 dark monsters. Must be Xyz summoned, and it cannot be special summoned by other ways. Okay, this is looking scary if it has to have this limitation. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card and send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Then target one face-up card your opponent controls, change this card to defense position, and if you do that, face-up card is negated until the end of this turn. Well, I'm not so sure with this card. Like, don't get me wrong, it's very interesting. It has 4500 attack points, but for its effect, you have to discard one card and also change this card to defense position, and it has only 1000 defense. To negate one face-up card, one face-up card until the end of the turn. I'm not so sure about this card. This seems like a situational card that could, like, you can have one in your extra deck just in case. But yeah, I'm not very optimistic with this one. I don't know. Okay, so this is another card we already have. So yeah, I don't think it's going to see that much play. Okay, so we know this card was coming. Neospatian Grand Mo. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can return both the opponent's monster and this card to the hand. So this looks like a great card. Yeah, this is going to see play 100%. It just depends which deck will abuse it. Okay, so the next thing is Magical Hound. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one face-up spell trap your opponent controls, return it to the hand. If you do special summon this card, you can only use this effect of Magical Hound once per duel. Okay, this seems incredible because it's a fun situational card. So you can return one Necro Valley and you have a monster to tribute, or you can use it as a tuner with some monster to synchro summon. Okay, so the next card is Solar Wind Jammer. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card. Okay, but its original attack and defense become halved. During each of your standby phases, increase the level of this card by 1. There can only be one. There can be only one Solar Wind Jammer on the field. I don't know. It's generic, and that's its weakness and its strength. I don't see this being played. Okay, Hyper Galaxy. It's a quick play spell card. You can tribute one monster with 2000 or more attack, except Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Then target one monster your opponent controls with 2000 or more attack, tribute it, and if you do, special summon one Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only act one Hyper Galaxy per turn. Okay, so this is incredibly fun, and this might see play in photons actually. This seems great, especially because it's a quick play spell card. But I don't know how many of the cards you will want to play in your deck, and I'm not so sure about this, if this is going to transform photons into top tier deck. Yeah, I'm not sure. It definitely is a fun card, and it seems like a good card, but we will have to see on that. Oh, Vampire Awakening. Special summon monster from your deck, but destroy it during the end phase of this turn. You can only activate one Vampire Awakening per turn. Okay, so this seems like the Duke guy, another great card for the archetype, because you can special summon any vampire monster from one monster from your deck. The downside is you have to destroy it, but I guess some of them have effects on the summons, so I see it being a very good card for the deck. And especially if you activate it on your turn, you can make plays with it, synchro or do something. I don't know what they do. Tributed maybe. Yeah, it seems like a good card. And yeah, that's basically it. That's all the cards super rare and ultra rare from the box. I'm not going into the rares, you can check them out for yourself. My opinion is that Gimmick Puppets could be top tier, and I'm not so sure with the other archetypes, but there are also some generic cards that are interesting and that could see play, like the Hound card, and I don't know, there are definitely cards that could be used, Grand Mo for an example. But yeah, my recommendation would be to check out how the Gimmick Puppets will perform. So wait a couple of weeks maybe, and potentially go into the box if you're interested in Gimmick Puppets. But if you're not, then don't go into the box, because the rest of the cards are not that great. This seems like a box that is based around Gimmick Puppets, and yeah, it all depends on how the Gimmick Puppets will be. If they are great, then the box will be amazing, and if they are meh, if they are average, then the box will be, yeah, trash. So yeah, it seems like an average box. I'm not convinced yet. It's not the best box in the universe, but it could be decent. It depends. We will have to, like I said, wait and see. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please like and comment, and please subscribe so you don't miss other videos like this that I'll be posting out in the future. And write me down below what you think of the new box, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.